Arirang is the heartbeat of Korea. It is said that the song was conceived 600 years ago in the mountainous regions of Jeongseon, though no one truly knows the origins. But the emotions carry on. The lyrics speak of crossing Arirang Hill, of lovers parting, of feet growing sore on long journeys. For Koreans, the hill became a metaphor for life's struggles, the crossing a symbol of endurance and perseverance. The Korean people understood that we all have hills to cross, distances to travel, and hardships to overcome. The melody spread across the peninsula, each region adopting its own style and variation. But under Japanese rule, one rendition will become Korea's unofficial anthem of resistance. March 1st, 1919. Millions of Koreans took to the streets in peaceful protest against Japanese occupation. Emboldened by President Wilson's call for national self-determination, Koreans rose as one, declaring their independence. Voices rose together, singing Arirang, sung as an act of cultural defiance. But the Japanese response turned the streets into a battleground. Approximately 7,000 people were killed, 16,000 wounded, and 46,000 were arrested by Japanese soldiers. And amongst the prisoners was one 17-year-old aspiring actor and filmmaker, Da-eun-gyu. Seven years after the March 1st protest, Da-eun-gyu found a new form of resistance. He releases his silent film Arirang in a theater in Seoul. He had taken the folk song and transformed it into cinema, Korea's first nationalist film, disguised as entertainment. The story followed Youngjin, a student driven to madness by imprisonment and torture from the Japanese, who ultimately murders a man to protect his family. To the Japanese censors, it appeared to be a simple village melodrama. But the Korean audience understood the deeper message immediately. The film became an instant hit. After 35 long years of occupation, Korea was finally free. As news of Japan's surrender spread, crowds filled the streets singing, not the Japanese anthem they had been forced to learn, but Arirang, the song that had sustained them through decades of oppression. But filmmaker Da-eun-gyu would not live to see his country's redemption. He had died of tuberculosis 8 years earlier, and his groundbreaking film would not survive much longer. The next decade was tumultuous to the Korean people, one of political chaos and a nation's divide. The Korean War of 1950 to 1953 brought years of conflict which destroyed cities, separated families, and obliterated cultural institutions. Lost to war and the chaos of liberation, the Arirang film exists now only in memory. Yet the Korean identity would survive even when the art itself could not. Today, Korea stands as a cultural superpower. Korean films win Academy Awards, K-pop tops global charts, and Korean stories captivate audiences worldwide. The nation that once had its voice suppressed now shapes global culture. Naeun-gyu's dream of Korean sovereignty through storytelling has been realized beyond imagination, not through resistance, but through excellence. The song he rapped in cinema continues to be sung, no longer as an act of defiance, but as a celebration of a culture that refused to be silenced. Arirang has become what it always was, a song of journey, of crossing hills, of reaching the other side.